All right, this is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary fantasy football talk for Saturday, October 23rd. This will be the running back Spikes and Yikes edition. And I'm going to finish the wide receivers that I got abruptly cut off from in my last video. I figured out the problem. I did have some stuff downloaded from my last trip when I went to New England a couple weeks ago now. Some stuff I tried to download. It wouldn't download for whatever reason. Did end up downloading. So I'm going to go in there and delete that stuff. That's cleared up quite a considerable amount of space. So I should be able to do this video without a problem. Anyways, let's continue. Rashad Bateman, I think the Ravens want to establish him as their number 2 option in the passing game, and I think they want to do that as soon as possible. I think this week, having him at wide receiver 40, a little low. I don't know necessarily if I would start him, but I would put him in the flex conversation, top 30 wide receiver. And Brandon Ayuk, 45. Now, I know he's had a terrible year. He's been in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse, but the fact of the matter is he's far too talented to be a backup forever, to be fantasy relevant forever. The 49ers, you have to remember, they traded up for this guy into the first round to get this guy last year. They obviously love him. He's obviously talented. I think the bye week is going to help San Francisco figure out what they want to do with Ayuk and establish Ayuk as a weapon, because so far through the season, the offense looked okay, but the running game is a mess. George Kittle's out. They need Ayuk to step up and be that second option. I love Ayuk, especially in a week like this where there's so many flex options on bye. I think that Brandon Ayuk is going to show us the kind of player he truly is this week. I have him as a flex option. So, moving on to the running backs, Spikes and Yikes. Running backs, we're going to do the Yikes always. I always start with the negative, get the bad news out of the way, finish on a good note with the positive news, right? So, running backs that I did it a little differently this time. Usually I like to do the guys in the top 20 who I think are going to be worse. No. Okay, my Yikes are normal. My Spikes, I went with some guys outside the top 15 this time, okay? So still some guys who are in the top 20 who I think are maybe rated a little low. But let's get to the Yikes first. DeAndre Swift. I hate to keep picking on DeAndre Swift because I think he's very talented. He's a matchup-proof running back because he's so heavily involved in the passing game. So I think no matter whether the Lions are in the game or they're getting blown out, he's still going to be a factor no matter what. I like DeAndre Swift. Again, he's matchup-proof. He's never going to fall outside the top 20 for me. Probably not really ever outside the top 15. Always going to be at least a running back 2. However, he's at 5 this week. I really think the Lions are going to get blown out in this game. And so I don't know if Swift is going to put up the production necessary to be a top 5 running back this week. He's still going to be a very worthy running back too. He's still going to get the volume and the work, but he's going to need a couple of touchdowns or something to get top 5 for the week, and I don't see the Lions offense being that productive against the Rams defense. Next, Cordero Patterson at 8. I'm not a Cordero Patterson believer. I think the luster is going to wear off, and with the week off, the bye week, the Falcons may have maybe the bye week will benefit him, but most likely it's going to cool him off. He's going to fall back to earth. Cordero Patterson, not a top 10 running back for me this week. Chase Edmonds at 13. Now, I think Chase Edmonds is looking, especially with how good the Cardinals are, surprising to everybody. Chase Edmonds might be matchup proof as well. He might always be a top 20 running back, or at the very, very least, a flex play, top 25 running back. I just think this week, I'm not sure if this is going to be the week for him. I'm not even convinced that he's the best running back in his backfield for this week, and we'll talk more about that later on in the Spikes section. So, sorry to ruin the surprise for you. James Conner will be in the Spikes section. Chase Edmonds, still think he's going to have a good week. He's going to have a lot of catches. He's going to be heavily involved in the passing game, but I don't know if he's a running back, a high-level running back too for the week. Next, Miles Sanders at 18 against the Raiders. Don't like Miles Sanders. If Miles Sanders was any good, this coaching staff would give him more work. The last coaching staff, which I think Doug Peterson was a damn good coach. I just want to go on record. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. Okay, not many coaches do that. And so Doug Peterson beat Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl. Not many people do that either. Doug Peterson's a good coach. Eagles ran him out of town for absolutely no reason. Nick Sirianni looks like a complete idiot. He's looked like a complete idiot since he got hired. So that was a bad move by the Eagles. But Miles Sanders, if Miles Sanders is any good, both of these coaching staffs would have given him more work, right? But the fact that he's getting less than 10 carries a game suggests that he's not very good. This coaching staff doesn't believe in him, just like the last coaching staff. I don't know why they don't just trade Miles Sanders to a team that does believe in him, or why they don't just trade him for someone, they could probably get a second-round pick for him, I would imagine. Something good. Just move on from him. But, they just... Miles Sanders is never going to be... I'm not sure he's ever going to be